Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 75, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any podcast services that do go a long way, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. How are you doing, Lex?
Fine. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I took a couple days off this week. Wasn't feeling too great, but yeah, just been hanging out with the kitten and trying to relax and not get myself in the hospital during what's going on right now. I do not want to. So, but yeah, just been hanging out, having robot problems, the usual.
That's like the hospital right now sounds like the worst place to go right now at the moment. Like over in Texas, it's like overflowing here in Texas.
We're about to overflow here too, and it's hard because when you're a cyborg, like myself, like you can get a CSF leak and it'll just randomly start dripping out of my nose. That's kind of normal, especially if it's not working fast enough. I have a leak in my fascia or my face somewhere that they can't find. But the other night, I woke up choking, and I was like, I felt have sunflower seeds stuck in my permanent retainers. Like, what is this? And then all of a sudden, I stand up, I sit up, I sneeze, and it just shot out my tear duct. I was like, oh, here we go. And I just sat over the sink, just letting my whole face drain. It was bad.
And that's disturbing.
At least I got it out. It wasn't painful. But then the next morning hurts. And then it's also, if stuff can come out, stuff can go in. So you have to be really careful to make sure that you just don't get meningitis in your tubing, which can happen. But yeah, I've just kind of been taking it, just trying to chill. But I also got a new baby, and it's been fun exploring her and her personality. She is fearless. Oh my God. She's going to kill herself. I don't She's almost knocked herself unconscious twice today. I don't know how she's okay. Oh yeah, face first to the floor twice. I don't get it. But that was my week.
It just doesn't even seem doesn't seem like that she's familiar that she's a cat yet. So
she's working it out.
She'll figure it out.
Eventually. They're supposed to land on their feet. It's not happening for her.
Trying to learn how to cat.
She's doing that. What's that show? Wipeout? She's doing Wipeout status, hits her back spine and then flips. And you're just like, oh, she broke her neck. And then she gets up, meows, and takes off. And you're like, okay, I guess.
Okay, I guess she's fine.
You're good. Yeah.
Great.
All right, and we finally got back the 5-star general of the itty bitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What is up, my dude?
Chilling, my friend. Had a nice vacation. Went up north. Didn't have cell phone reception. Barely had internet. It was nice to get out and chill and just we helped out Scorp Kitty's parents do some moving and stuff like that. So it was good just to get away. And it's been a nice break. Been grinding on some Bless Unleashed. Been playing Spider-Man. Just picked up this other game that's in that's kind of in alpha right now. Gosh, I can't remember. It's Earth from Another Sun or something like that. It's interesting. It's fun though. But
heard of it.
Yeah. I saw it the other day on Facebook as a Facebook ad, and I was like, oh, what's this all about? And I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. So I'm kind of checking that out and playing that. But other than that, man, been good. Just doing things, living life. It's getting cold, son.
It really is.
Yeah. What about yourself, my friend? How the heck you been?
It's actually been going pretty good. I finally overcame. Apparently, I had hay fever during Thanksgiving, so that's what was causing me to. That's why I had to skip Thanksgiving, unfortunately. But now I'm definitely coming off from that, which I'm feeling so much better. I decided to take it easy, so I didn't really stream that much this week, but I was playing some random games. I did come across a game that I think is that will seem like it's going to be overlooked, and there's a game called Sky Haven, and it's it's like a Sim City or City Skylines, but it's for airline. It's like but it's to make an airport from like the beginning of from the 1900s to the present day, which is actually really fun. At first it was like, oh wow, this is really complicated, but then once you start getting into it, it's really cool. I was like, man, this game's gonna be awesome. Then I found out that EA made the game, and I'm like, oh God,
no.
Then it tricked me. I was like, oh, it's
were,
like well played.
I was about to nerd out because you know that I tell you podcasts I listen because I'm an aviation nerd.
Oh yeah. Oh, we already know. Like, you mean the what's it called? The one on the Rooster Teeth one?
The black box. Yeah.
Yeah, black box down. Yeah.
I didn't tell you about the two others I was into. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've always been into aviation.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely on it too. That's what kind of got me, because I was like, you know what? This is it shows you like the kind of planes. They even have the like companies that have been debunked. Like they have Pan Am, TWA.
Yeah,
Braniff is on it too, which is like, yeah, it's actually kind of funny because Braniff is a running joke with South Park. Because if you ever seen like the end of the movie or the TV show, they show an airline that says Braniff all the time, and that used to be there used to be one. So like it's a fun, but I will say though, they haven't messed it up yet. The one downside, besides the fact that it's EA, the other downside is that they didn't say that it was set for, it was early release. So like so they didn't, not early release, but you pay for it, but they're still working on it. I hate when games do that on Steam. It drives me insane. Yeah, so like, but I've been playing it. It's been a fun game and stuff. Yeah. Oh, early access. Thank you. So it's set to early access, but so it tricked me twofolds on that. But it's a really fun game.
How much
is it?
Yeah.
It was $20. I think $25.
Not that I need another game in my life right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because I never wanted to be like a pilot or anything. I'm very fascinated with planes and how they work and how sometimes they don't work and how freak accidents happen. Though it is the safest way to travel. I don't know. I've always found it fascinating. My dad and I used to build models when I was a kid. That was a thing I did. Mostly I glued my fingers to them and I was like, Dad, it's finished. Can you detach me?
Then she was sniffing the glue too.
You know me. That's where I got brain surgery. I ran into the
No, I mean,
interesting. I want to watch you play. You're gonna
I would definitely
with me for sure.
I don't know if I want to stream it. I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just screen share with me. Just like text me. Like, girl, I'm on. I'll come watch.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll be willing to do that. That'll be no problem. Like it's funny because like once because there was one day I was playing it. I think I played it this week, and I was like, okay, let me see how this all works. So I sat down and played it for 6 hours, and I was just like, oh, this is slick. Because like you had to figure all this stuff out, like scheduling and all these different kinds of things. And I was like, I found that really fun. Really fun doing it. Yeah, I've been loving this. I've been liking the game. I really do like the game.
Just called you out. He's been playing 10 hours.
Yeah, I've been playing it.
Have you had like the urge to build Colorado's airport like layout yet though? That's what I would want to do. It does look like a swastika from the sky though, so be careful.
Well, then again, it's actually kind of weird because like the swastika, you should see the like in Japan, there's actually a symbol that looks like a swastika, but it isn't a swastika. It's something else. It looks different, but it could be the other way. But anyways,
I'm sorry. What?
The whole thing is just yeah.
I don't know what just happened there.
That uses that symbol. And it doesn't mean that at all.
But they look similar, but there's small differences about it that it's like, where it's like it's actually polar opposite. Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, it's very crazy though. But yeah, I mean, I'm loving the game. Once you start getting it, I'll be willing to play for y'all, see how it is. And but other than that,
let me nerd out with you, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no one else wants to be talking about me and my how to build an airport and how planes work. So let's go do the normal rigmarole like we normally do every week. Each of us picks a new topic and discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listener or viewers on twitch.tv/CFG GameCast, to be a part of the conversation. As always, just type in what you think. We would love to put you put you a part of the conversation. So let's get this started. It's been a long while, so I will be first today. So I'm going to talk about the interesting moves. Yeah, well, the interesting moves of that Sony is doing already. Not really an interesting move, but this is actually a normal move that you would actually want a company like a gaming company to do, is to think steps ahead of what they're wanting to do. So there was a leak already that not really a leak, but PlayStation recently patented a PS5 a PS5 that will have possibly 2 video cards in it. So most people, when they saw this patent, they assumed that this is going to be the upcoming. This could be possibly the early phases of Sony's plans to bring out a PlayStation 5 Pro, like the half step up, half step up, and it's starting to already trend on Twitter. We're not even a month. We're about to be a month of the PS5, and it's already trending that there's a possibility of a PS5 Pro that is that's currently trending on Twitter. So basically what happened is that Sony, when Sony usually patents these certain things like video cards or like their technologies, they like to do that to be on the safe side before they push it out, and then they release it out for the public to until they officially announce that that's what they're going. Right. That's their thing, just to play it on the safe side, because they know it's already there. So now when people heard about this, people are already getting their expectations way outside to a level that they shouldn't be already. They should be like, they're all hyped about like, oh, I'm glad we didn't get the PS5 now, because now since we know the Pro is going to be coming out, it's something now we should just wait for the Pro and stuff like that. Yeah. And things like that. So like I mean, I'm assuming they may do a Pro, but at the same time, this is not the time to even just to worry about that. Because and then let alone what's even funnier to me about that is that they're saying because it's going to have 2 video cards, the simple logic is like, oh, 2 video cards is going to be great, it's going to be better because it's going to be more power, it's going to be putting in dual amount of power. Remember, like, there's a thing called SLI that's happened a long time ago on PCs, and SLI is theoretically sounds like a really cool idea, and it should have been like, should be successful to work for these kind of things. But there are certain things, but it didn't work the way that people anticipated it to be, which was the biggest thing. It could excuse me, it couldn't you didn't get a gain in like processing power or graphic power, but because it depends on if the game is programmed to accept SLI right. On the opposite end. So like I'm saying, like, just realistically, when you're thinking of it like to be something like that, and then some things like that's going to happen, like I don't have my hopes up yet to say that this is what their initial plans are immediately going to be for the system, because like it's way too early to even worry about these kind of things. And but other than that, it's we'll definitely we'll definitely see. But I just love the fact that people just picked it up and went with it.
Of course.
Went with it, because I mean, on Sony's half, Sony was saying, excuse me, wow, I'm trying to clear my throat here. In a multi-GPU simulation environment, frame buffer management may be implemented by multiple GPUs rendering respective frames of video, or by rendering respective portions of each frame of a video. So it's possible that Sony may be making it simpler or easier to do some of this work, and they could possibly be a second gen of the PS5 as opposed to calling it a PS5 Pro. I mean, if to cut the workload, I mean, it is very possible towards all of this. So my thing was like, I was just like, oh, this is really weird. It's really funny to me that that's what people are kind of getting into. I just want to see what y'all's thoughts were about it.
Well, man. So here's the deal. I mean, well, if you get a patent on anything or like a pending patent, it's public knowledge. So you could always like look up like your favorite brand and see like what they've put a patent on that's pending for them in the future. Do they always come to fruition? Not always. You know, I feel like there's always going to be with PlayStation's always done that with like a pro after the fact. I feel like, and didn't we discuss this prior that they had said that they weren't gonna do a pro? Am I mistaken on that? I remember we talked about it, and they said, "Oh, we're not gonna do a pro."
I would, even if they did say that, I wouldn't even. I would put that as a grain of salt.
Yeah,
I mean, it would,
I don't take that at face value, anyways.
yeah, who would say it?
Yeah,
I don't
but
really remember.
I mean, even Nintendo with the Switch, they came out with, and when I was purchasing one, you know, you were very adamant, like, hey, make sure that it's this one, not this one. You know, there's always going to be upgrades, and I think, you know, people get their hopes up really quickly to then slowly get disappointed over time. And, you know, I am seeing moms on Twitter complaining that adult men are stealing all of the children's PlayStation 5s this year and that it's our fault. No, Tina, it's not. You should have been quicker on the draw.
I'll kick a kid down. What?
Right? Get out of my way. There's not that many games to play right now anyways. Calm down. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if there's upgrades and what they look like at this time, that sounds fantastic. You know, again, I just feel like we don't really need one in the house right now. I'm kind of like, I'm waiting the storm out anyways, because I don't want to get my hopes up, fight for a PlayStation 5, then to lose it. I've been offered one already, if I'm honest. Like, hey, I already have it in my hands. Do you want to buy this off me? From a trusted friend. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It was me.
It was. You know, and I was like, if I had the funds, I mean, yesterday I had to buy a battery car, and they should have replaced it for free. And I'm like, that was the last $100, man. Oh shit. Oh God. You know, I just don't feel the need to need one right now. There's so much that's going on right now in the world. I have enough games that I'm very much preoccupied with. My Animal Crossing is getting very heated. People are fighting on my island. You know, it's like drama island at this point. So I
mean, like, I'm just saying though, like, yeah, well, I mean, for now, because I mean, like, the sense of urgency for the PS5 should not be there right now, as you all know.
Yeah.
So to say that people are trying to justify the wait, to say like, oh, I'm going to wait even longer because the PS5 Pro may have just been announced, I think it's a little far fetched, is what I'm saying.
Oh, Smitty, jump back into Zencaster.
Wait, hold on one moment. Yeah.
That way we didn't keep going.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm having issues. It's doing it again. I don't know if it's Chrome. See, I can't type. Let me try to, maybe I need to not do it through Chrome. Like
wait.
Now it's all, yeah, now my thing's all jacked up again. Like every time I'm calling up Chrome. Hold on.
Give us one sec, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Ooh, look, it's Smitty booty.
Oops. Is it?
What?
They can't see that.
Oh yeah, no, Vegas. I have 3 goddaughters, and it warmed my heart when Dust was like, I ordered thing, it'll be here in a couple of days. I'm like, really? Like, you didn't ask me or prompt me, ask the girls what they wanted? He was like, no, I saw it and I immediately knew they would love it. And I just was like, cute. He's a good uncle.
So I don't know that, because like it's still not letting me do stuff. Let me just.
Do you want me to threaten it in Italian?
That would be fantastic. I don't know what's causing it, because the one thing is not plugged in anymore, but it's something is not It's making my computer work out. Like even my mouse like won't like. Oh, now it's scrolling. Can I type? And now I can type. Now it's fine. I don't understand this. I don't understand what's happening.
It's because I mentally yelled at it. I threatened it and told it that I would come after its family if it didn't stop.
All right, there
I can do a quick Lex comedy show for you if you want. And we lost it.
Wait, what? Oh no!
Hold on.
Oh, it's falling apart. It's falling apart.
There we go.
The shell's falling apart.
I don't know what's giant dumpster fire that's happening right now.
I know. All right, there we go.
To our dumpster fire while we try to get through the issue.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so you're back. You're back on the Zencaster.
I am back in Zencaster. Yes.
Okay, so like I said, yeah, did you have what were we even saying? I can't remember what we were even saying.
1901.
You need to turn your camera on though.
Yeah.
My camera went off too?
Yeah. Well, you completely went out. Yeah, there we go.
1901 was when his voice came back into, by the way. If you need
I'm not sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
What exactly is happening with that? But yeah. Okay.
All right. So we should be good now.
Yeah.
We'll just see. Hopefully, let's cross the fingers, make sure it stays stable. But okay. So like you were saying, Smitty, like what were your
yeah, sorry. Well, that was the thing that kind of annoys me about this too, is because I remember officially when they were announcing stuff, I thought they were going to go more in the direction of the baseline PlayStation 5 was going to be, you know what I mean, and then they were going to come out immediately with the PS5 Pro, essentially, which was your disc version. They did not, you know what I mean? Again, this is something that we knew was going to come eventually. I just thought it was something that they were going to have initially, so you don't have that, oh no, now I need to upgrade my PS5 because they have this even better version of it. You know, I mean, again, I don't know how much people as from a consumer level are going to get out of doing and getting something like that. Again, you got to be able to have the equipment to be able to maximize what it's pushing out anyway. So you're talking about and TVs that are able to do that, or even monitors, are definitely going to be more on the pricier side of things. I don't think, as far as with something like that, it's even, I mean, I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. I don't know how much more you can get above 4K that you're going to really be like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to have this.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying though. But like I said, like I don't. Well, this is just hearsay. That like Sony didn't like, come out and say that this is the PS5.
This isn't even an official. Yeah,
this isn't something that Sony has said like they're going to do the half step up, because like right now you're totally right, because like right now PS5 can do the high level stakes of gaming than what originally why the PS4 couldn't do. That's why they had to do the step up with the PS4 Pro. So like so in this instance, like I said, this could essentially be like the step that they're saying to make it like to get, like, you know how, like, for instance, you know when the Switch came out and then there was a different version Switch that actually has a better battery life, a better processing, and stuff like that. This could be that kind of upgrade that the PS5 is going to could possibly do. But people's assumptions right now is that they're saying, oh, this thing's gonna have 2 graphics cards. Okay, so this must mean that they're just trying to pump this thing up with to make this a PS5 on steroids, and so it has to be the PS5 Pro. So yeah, that's why I'm saying people's expectations needs to be a little bit put on check when it comes to that, because I don't think that's the case. Because like, I mean, like to say that we're even having this conversation right now, not even a month after the system came out, is a little is a little crazy to me already, you know. So
that's the world we live in though right now, you know what I mean? Where like people are so quick to, and any little bit of information people get, they jump on it and they're like excuse me, jeez. And they jump on that, and then they just start forming conclusions, and that's where you see the hate trains and this and that. It's like, look, chill out, everybody. Number one, this is literally like, that's like seeing somebody's blueprint for an invention. The final product is going to look way different, you know, regardless, and you have no idea what its intention or what that even is for. So it's always funny to me to see all the, you know, the speculation, and then you'll see, you know, videos coming up and people like, and then, you know, months down the road, you find out, oh no, it's actually, for X, Y, or Z or whatever. It's just like, yo, chill, everybody, chill out a little bit. Let things flesh out, you know?
Right.
I feel like that's kind of, I think people are really grasping, especially too right now with everything that's going on, you know, with COVID and the vaccine. And it's like, chill. That's not even FDA yet. They haven't done enough testing. Like, people are thinking, oh, well, that's going to be out next week and then we'll be fine. And I think that we're at this state of people are just grasping pieces of hope more than ever right now, I feel like. And because I feel like the blow-ups, the upset and disappointment plus the expectations are so extreme on either end with what we've been going through. And that's to be expected. Like, we've all been locked indoors, well, most, the smart ones at least, you know, and it's, I'm sorry, I haven't seen this item in somebody's hands, them saying, this is such and such, and this is what it has, and this is what we're going to be producing. I mean, PlayStation 5, they couldn't even produce the amount that they needed to initially because of the situation we are in. So to then say that they're going to produce this and that's coming out when they're still in production of other PS5s, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, little
chill,
soon,
guys.
Exactly.
The party tip left a little early on that. Like, chill out, guys.
But I think that's more of the public's issue more than Sony's issue, because Sony's just going through the reins of, like, you know, going through the patent process to make sure the stuff is patented correctly. Yeah. Without worrying about getting sued with their technology and stuff. So,
well, and that stuff is always public knowledge, and I think people forget that. Like, oh, it's leaked. That's public knowledge. Come on,
it's definitely public knowledge, right? So we'll definitely see. Like, I'm going to say this: like, Sony's been around for a good forever for a good reason, and I think that they already know that if they're going to be talking about PS5 Pro only a month after this kind of thing, they're definitely doing suicide on their system, already initially. So I'd say for people not to worry about, like, I mean, right now, it's not worth getting the systems right now. Personally, for me, not worth it.
Big
Although
facts.
it's like Vegas. Yeah, Vegas Soup itself says it's Christmas, gotta spoil them kids. So in that case, yes, buy like 5 of them. I don't care. But but for the most part, there's not much to really kind of push on. I mean, the big release is going to be obviously Cyberpunk, which is next week and stuff. But like, there's, for the most part, it is not really 100% like people just need to chill, calm down on the deal, you know. So that's so that's cool. Oh, well,
Good
nice.
topic,
Very nice.
buddy. Good topic, buddy.
Thank you. Smitty.
Yes.
Sorry, sir. Are we bothering you?
Me? No. Sorry.
Are we boring you?
No, I'm trying to. It's doing it. It just, of course, see, you shouldn't have said anything, Lex. It started doing it again. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. I am so...
I'll give you an Italian tune-up computer if you don't stop.
No, I am such a dumb... It's, yep, there it is. I forgot that I have my tablet plugged in, and I have my Stream Deck and stuff. And I have my Stream Deck and stuff plugged in, and it's got hotkeys on it, and they were pushing the hotkey. We're good. We're good, everybody. Don't mind me.
You're making your own troubleshooting.
I know. I am. As we go. This is crazy. Don't worry about me. What I'm here to talk about, what I'm here to talk about, we got to talk about it, because they finally, I just realized it. I was sitting there looking at it. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, I just moved this. This isn't even plugged in. Oh, but the thing it's sitting on top of is plugged in. My bad. Yeah. That's on me. That's on me. But we got to talk about it, though, because finally, and you guys know me, I love the Metal Gear series. I'm currently trying to finish up that last one.
But chapter 1.
Do you like the Metal Gear series?
Of course I do. I love it. It's one of my favorite series.
I seen it. Wait, that was just chapter
1. Yeah. You should have seen the disappointment on my face. I mean, at the same time, though, I was excited that there was more, but very much so. I was like, oh yeah, there. I was like, no problem. And all of a sudden, nope. Anyway, this is 6 years in the making, though, but we finally have a Snake for the Metal Gear Solid franchise they've been working on here through Sony Pictures, and it is the dude. What's his name? His name is
Oscar Isaacs.
Thank you. Oscar Isaac,
Yeah.
also known as Poe, and many of other things as well. We found that this dude has been in a ton of series. I didn't realize, number one, he was he's Gomez in the Addams Family, the one that's on, I think it's like Netflix or something like that. There's an animated one. Yeah, which is pretty good. We watched it, which is fun. But he's been in a ton of different films. Julia? I mean, come on now, buddy.
That's what you need to show Lincoln. It's like,
no, that's the first one that we watched. Yeah, we watched the original for sure, or at least that one, not the original like TV series. But this is exciting.
The Munsters.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Black and white. That was my favorite.
But this is really exciting. Number one, the fact that there's news about this film. I've been, again, I think this has always been a great series that I think would be fabulous on the big screen. Again, depending. We know that right now that the director is Jordan Bot Roberts, who did he did Kong Skull Islands, which I watched, which was fine. It was okay. It was your typical.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was like
movie.
Yeah, heavy CGI. That would be, I mean, again, my biggest thing would be staying true to the game. And I think if they nail this, I think it could be explosive and absolutely huge. We know that video game movies more recently have gotten a lot more serious, and I feel like they are getting a lot better than what they used to be. But again, this is also, I think Sony has some apprehension as well, especially with how the Silent Hill series, those films went.
You mean Konami?
Is it Konami or
it's Konami.
I'm sorry, not Sony. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's Konami.
But this is exciting though. I'm excited to see that they've got some news as far as with this film, and I want to start seeing it, you know what I mean? Like, again, we're still in this situation, so who knows when that they plan on starting to film and stuff like that. But to see this starting to kind of shape out, we've got a lead actor now, is exciting. I'm excited, and I will definitely be keeping tabs on this.
Monkey Blood says this dude is a chameleon, a real actor, and he very much is. I mean, like, he's been in a lot of different things. I mean, he's mostly known as Poe, which I really think it kind of gives him not much credit than what he really should go. But like, he was the bad guy in Ex Machina. He was Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse,
which I had no idea.
He did a lot of different stuff. Wasn't he also the dude in Guardians of the Galaxy? The dude with the axe as well. I forgot his name.
The bad guy. I know you're talking about
the bad guy in the first Guardian of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Maybe.
So like, yeah.
Well,
so
you
like,
guys were shaming me because you saying he was in Star Wars, which I knew that because Adam made me watch it.
He's also a Moon Knight.
Yeah, he's mostly Moon Knight, which is coming up. So I mean, the dude has just been in all
Dune.
different kinds of things.
Very handsome too.
Yeah,
he's a good looking dude.
Yeah,
he's a great looking dude. He's a great actor in general.
Yeah, so like, I think it's a good pick.
Loaded.
Yeah, I think he's a really good pick. I just think that like the real thing is just like it depends on who is going to be they abused him in Apocalypse. I try to forget that one.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, all around, but still, he still did what he gotta do with a stinker of a movie, but still, like, overall, like, he himself it's cool that they're starting to find people for these roles, because this is something that they've been wanting, they've been doing since ever since when Kojima was a part of Konami. Right. But like, they are so hard, it's so hard for them to get the ball rolling for these kind of IP for the IPs with Konami. It's like not even funny. And I know they tried really hard with Silent Hill, because I believe they made 2 Silent Hill movies before they decided to say, you know what, we're done. We're done. And so like, we'll see, but we'll definitely see. But what's weird is that it's an IP. Like, I mean, I guess they don't have to be 100% in on it, but they could. The studio will pay them to use the IP to make a script for their own thing. And then that's what I think that's what I think like that's where you need to step up, you know? So it's kind of a catch-22 on this, like why it's taken so long. Because here's another thing. We don't know, there's no scripts, there's no story. We don't know if there's any writers and stuff. Like even though they announced that he's in on this project, we probably not gonna see this for another 2 years or so.
At least, dude. At least.
On top of this, yeah. So like, there's so many different kinds of like aspects that I'm just like kind of I hope for. All I hope for is that they just do the movie justice as much as what the series is, because the series is great. I love the series, and it's like it will hurt my heart if they totally F that series up. So
well, the other I think the other exciting thing too is the fact that there's so many different versions of Snake, and like, you know what I mean? It's like, so it'll be interesting to see if they look to follow along with the games, or do they break off and do like a whole separate story, or you know what I mean?
Break off. I bet you they're gonna do their own their own rendition of what Snake is, because they've always done it that way. Like, they've always have a different rendition of it.
But honestly though, if you think about it, the way that this actor has portrayed other characters, right? Like, let's take him separately out of the equation of like the production and all of that. He's a pretty good method actor. You know what I mean? So knowing him, he's going to look into the fandom, what, you know, the character is all about, how it's changed, how it's differed. And I think he will take his take on it. And I think, honestly, if the producers are smart, they'll let him do that. And I think it'll be ingenious, because he like you guys said, he is a chameleon. He's a great actor. He's really good at blending in and also sticking out when he needs to. And I think that's where you make or break a movie. If they don't pull a DC and rewrite as they're filming and they have a good script, I think they'll do okay. You know what I mean? And I think Suicide Squad was so disappointing.
Really? I never watched Suicide Squad. Never really got into it. That or Birds of Prey, but we'll see.
Birds of Prey was great.
I watched those. I watched them both.
Birds of Prey was great.
I don't know why so many people hated that. I don't know why so many people hated them.
Wait, Birds of Prey or Suicide?
Both?
Birds of Prey.
I understand why they were upset with Suicide Squad. Off topic. I didn't have any expectations for it though, because DC hadn't really come out with too much yet that blew me away like Marvel had. And so I think because I had no expectations, I was like, that wasn't bad. And I walked out and everyone around me pissed, like asking for their money back. And I'm like, eh. And I watched Birds of Prey at home, because I'm a pirate, and I was like, this is adorable and I love it, and now I'll make myself an eggy sandwich. You know what I mean?
Vegas Soup was asking what is your favorite video game movies, or if you have a favorite video game movie.
I love the Mortal Kombat. I still love the Mortal Kombat movie.
I was gonna say Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat is probably one I would definitely be in on. Sonic though did a really good job. Surprised.
I enjoyed it
when they did the remake of the character. Yeah, when they went back and they did the remake of the character, they made it very. And you know what? Actually, I would say probably Sonic more because of one factor, and the factor is that the movie was around Sonic mostly about it. Like, it wasn't because of his side characters and the quest itself, but they did a really good job with the CG, the second coming of it, more than anything. So I would say Sonic more than Mortal Kombat, in my opinion. How about you, Lex?
You guys, I am totally drawing an absolute blank. Dust, babe, help me out here.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that was terrible. You stop that.
How about Alone in the Dark? If you remember that.
I didn't see that.
Oh, that was terrible.
I did enjoy the first. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a game.
I never saw the movie. I did enjoy the first Silent Hill. I know didn't, but it had been before I actually played the game. So this was.
It does count.
I really did like the first Silent Hill. I didn't think they did it too dirty, but I didn't know the series at that point. You know what I mean?
Same. That's why I didn't mind it. I think because I'm not familiar with the series.
And I was very confused as to why people were so upset. And I was like, I'm working a full-time job and I'm in high school and I'm figure skating 8 hours a day. I don't have time to play games. Like, I just didn't. And so
You know what? You know what to be?
Wow.
Oh, of course, Dust shows Wing Commander, but okay, okay, cool. But what's actually what I'm more surprised about is that like okay, but like for the most part though, back with Metal Gear though, like until they find out who is going to be a part of that movie, like directing,
Mhm.
who is like who's writing it. I mean, that's where I want to get into. It'd be hilarious if the voice of Snake in the games is actually writing is going to be the writer for it, because
That would be great.
well, because he actually is a writer from a script writer, because he was a script writer for the first X-Men movie and Spider-Man 2. So like
Which
yeah,
one?
Spider-Man 2. The second one, the one with Dr.
With
Octopus.
Tobey
Yeah, with
Maguire?
Tobey Maguire. Yeah. Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
Spider-Man 2 is the best one. What are you talking about?
Look,
I don't like Tobey.
they did the
He
best
creeps
what
me
they
out.
could with what they had.
I like Amazing Spider-Man.
Yo, make it sound like 2 was like oh, it was good, it was the best, but it's like it wasn't that. It was a great movie.
It was, and I liked them for what they were. I don't. Tobey Maguire gives me like the heebie-jeebie creepies. Like if he was walking behind me in a dark alley, I would turn around and stab him and run. But I think I'm a Tom Holland fan though, like hands down. Like he is my favorite man, like as favorite.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was starting to do good, and then he pissed me off. And bye, get out of here.
David Hayter, that's David Hayter. That's the name of the original voice of Snake. That's what. It's like. David
I
Hayter
changed my mind. Spider-Man would have to be my favorite movie.
Which one?
Spider-Man. What?
It's a game.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I didn't hear what you said.
Made from the game. Crazy.
Would you say Conan?
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Spider-Man is his favorite one.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
No, it's that's cheating. Cheating.
No, it's Silent Hill.
Just trolling it. That's what she's doing. Oh my god! But yeah, but we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see how good this is going to go. But yeah, it's I have high expectations of it. I'm not going to have any I'm not going to put any kind of hype towards it because like it's, as we all know, video game movies, it's a hit. It's usually a miss. so we'll see. Yeah. You know what? Then again, most people didn't even say anything, but Prince of Persia was actually not bad either.
I never watched it, and I never played the games.
Great. Watch it. Both are good.
Really?
I like Prince of Persia. I also like the person who played Prince of Persia. Dust thinks he's creepy.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Love Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, he will talk trash about Maggie Gyllenhaal like he.
Wait, why Maggie Gyllenhaal though? What'd she do? Why?
He's about to get in here. He'll tell you all about it. Maggie. Based off one of her characters, and he hates her. He thinks Jake's terrible. He thinks Maggie is like a melting candle, I think is a word that he used. Yeah. I told you. He's his little.
I know people that look like her. You are terrible.
You are telling me, Dust, that you are not.
Maggie has a droopy dog face. See, told you.
Rude. Jake Gyllenhaal. You didn't appreciate his Oscar-winning role as Bubble Boy.
I almost peed my pants. Stop it.
Can't deny
How dare you? He's an American treasure.
I don't think he's talented. What, dude?
You're grounded.
Out of here.
That's
you
hilarious.
Were grounded. Opie, go
All right. Let's get back on the subject here, but that was a good topic.
I'm gonna add him on Twitter, dude.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. Like, look at this dude saying. Look at this guy.
I told you, he's my gossip queen. Our roles are totally reversed. I'm the one that's like, I don't care about anything, and he's like, the new Hugh about what's her face and how she did, and I'm like, okay.
Now, I don't participate, but I do a lot of, I look at all the drama. I see what's happening.
Smitty, every week, he's like, so what happened this week? I'm like, oh boy.
There we go. Lex,
well, I guess it's me, huh?
Bring it home to us. What are you closing it off with?
You got it, boys. So interesting. Obviously, COVID, we keep talking about it. I feel like it's never ending. And because of that, a lot of things are merging this year. So if you didn't know, I'm gonna read you off a couple facts, and then I'm gonna get into this. So, video game business is small compared to the market. Obviously, we all have to, right? We have to.
Wait, Lex. Like for some reason you're cutting in and out again.
Am I really? No.
Yeah.
Why? How? Like I'm a robot or?
No.
No.
It's like you're literally. It's like cutting every other word.
No, you seem to be
Hold
fine
on.
now. It just happens like here and there. It's weird.
It's
I don't know why
so
it's doing
weird.
that.
Okay, well, let me know when it happens.
Response message.
Okay.
It just didn't happen.
Okay.
Stream Elements is trying to tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we?
Try again.
We good now? All right.
Yeah. Try again.
So worlds are merging, obviously, because of how COVID is affecting us, and we can't do certain things. So, the video game business is small compared to apparel. We all have to wear clothes. It's illegal for us to walk outside naked, unfortunately. Last year, the projected decline was nearly 29% in apparel revenue, and it's genuine. This year in 2020, it was $256 billion in 2020. So, and that's down 29%. So let's think about what would the next step be in apparel if you can't have fashion runway shows. Let me hear it, audience. Video games. That's right. You are correct. Good job. So in the US this year, because of COVID, accessory and game sales and hardware has gone up 21%, making it 33.7 billion over the same period in 2019. So how do we merge these two? Well, obviously, you can do things like what League of Legends is doing. They have partnered with Louis Vuitton. That is right. Louis Vuitton has partnered with League of Legends and giving you 2014, 2015, and 2019 runway looks for your characters. That is right. The fashion crowd wants to ride this upward trajectory because some of us nerds really do like fashion. I know I dress like I'm ready to just take a nap at all times, but I do love clothes and I love matching them. So they're developing relationships with new and future customers, and also developing relationships from indie designers with game companies and so forth. And you may know big names like Balenciaga, Gucci, Gillette, Venus razors. They're all accelerating fashion crossovers, which you're going, Gillette razors. Oh, let me get to that. They're creating their own button mashers or collaborating with your favorite popular video games, Animal Crossing, Sims, Tennis Clash, never heard of that, League of Legends. So there's right, Tennis Clash. Have you guys heard of that? If you have, please acknowledge me in the chat. Gucci does have their own set of like apps and games that you can play already. But what I found really interesting, and then MCM has done a Animal Crossing get together. It's supposed to come out soon. Winter 2020 is the collection. So I want a studded backpack for my character. Okay. I've always wanted one. I am not materialistic, but I love the MCM backpacks. But what I thought was really interesting is when I read Gillette, I'm like, well, Gillette makes razors. Well, how in the heck would they take on a market like a fashion market, first of all? Where, obviously most of us use razors. You don't have to. That's a personal preference. Good for you if you don't. But what they did was really cool. So instead of just putting a razor in Animal Crossing, they created, get this. So they had, I'm going to say this name wrong and I'm so sorry. So marketers at Gillette Venus had a similar idea. They asked Cuddihy, Cuddihy, to create a custom line of 264 designs, reflecting 19 skin and body types in 8 different tones, including acne, cellulite, prosthetic legs, etc. Also like psoriasis. A Gillette representative said 20,000 copies of the booklet showing the beach-themed Animal Crossing characters and free codes have been downloaded from the Boston-based company's website. So you can download these and make your character look more like you. Like, I've got thick thighs, guys. I could make her have thicker thighs. I have freckles. I can add my freckles. You know what I mean? So
Do they charge for this?
No, it's free. And a lot of these companies are doing this to get more buzz around because runway fashion shows are a huge market because a lot of the fashion that you see on runways, they make very limited quantities. I used to work for a company that was very high fashion, like Louis Vuitton level. Louis Vuitton, Gucci level, and I worked as an admin for them. And so it's very cutthroat business. They only make sometimes 100 of a certain shirt that you might see, but thousands of people want that, right? So cost and demand, it goes up. But now we obviously, who are we going to runway show for it? Who's going to buy a $3,000 jacket right now that they can't wear? You know what I mean? But now your characters in your favorite video games can wear them. And I thought that was really cool. I did write down some notes because this article is really long. If you guys want to read it, we can link it in. But Louis Vuitton, they did with League of Legends. Gucci did a Sims Off the Grid X, along with of course, their own apps. Gillette Venus with Animal Crossing, the codes are absolutely free. You can find them. MCM is also doing with Animal Crossing. That is free. And I found out something interesting from and it's a game that all three of us have played, Monster Prom. You can add mods to your characters and change their outfits and looks as well.
That is fantastic.
I didn't know that. And the creators of them, they with an indie company. I think it's Rachel Zoe. I might be wrong on that. But an indie brand that's up and coming so that you could kind of like go in and play with your characters and change them up. But I thought that was super interesting because a lot of us, we do like fashion, but also I'm at home. I have animals. I am not going to wear my nice slacks around my brand new baby kitten who's going to put her claws in them, right? Or, like we're all ordering house pants and pants at this point for us ladies. But we do enjoy getting dressed up every once in a while. And we can't right now. And so the best way to do that, and it's ingenious if you think about it, is to bring and merge those two markets together. Now, of course, some people don't care, but there are huge Reddit groups who are really big into fashion and super nerdy into gaming. And they have like all of these like little like teasers and snippets that are really interesting as well, that are all article if you guys are interested. So
who would have thought that
right?
a pandemic is what would make them subjectable to go into gaming, like business and gaming. It's very interesting to me that they that they are doing something like this. It's pretty cool that now they're kind of the bridge of fashion is now kind of being more pushed into the gaming world, and that meld is actually starting to exist more clearly. So that's actually that's very interesting. Like I was thinking the other way around, because when you were saying that the people were inspired of 2014 2015 skins of League of Legends outfits for Louis Vuitton, that it's like, oh, so they're doing, was this like a runway kind of thing, or but to think that they're also doing it the other way around, that they're actually making stuff specifically for Animal Crossing, which I know Animal Crossing has a lot of great customization that way, is very impressive on those behalfs and stuff. So yeah, I mean, like if anything is what's going to spread the word more about like the gaming isn't just gaming, and there's also different aspects in gaming that is literally meant for everybody. Is and this is what's going to definitely push more of that as a reason. By all means, let them do it. More power to them,
Again, this is where, and I feel like they're starting to, there's almost like a coming of age, and this is where it's pushing it, is that they're starting now to realize that gamers are no longer your stereotypical nerd in the basement. Gamers are doctors. Gamers are all walks of life, all walks of professions, all walks of everything, and there are a ton of them. Again, this is the very early beginnings of us seeing things moving more digital and moving more and more into that space. Again, dude, I mean, there's one company, I can't remember, I think it's Gamer Jive or somebody exactly, but they do virtual conference, virtual conventions and things like that, where you are an avatar in this space. You're able to walk around. I would absolutely throw down some ducats to be able to have a custom outfit that I could go into, something like that. it's great that they are looking at this space. Again, you were able to see with this free-to-play model where they're just selling cosmetic things, people are buying cosmetic stuff. Now that the fashion industry is seeing and they're able to, I mean, you had people doing runway shows on Animal Crossing, you know, at the beginning of this whole thing and whatnot. Like, they would have been fools not to see the potential in that. It's awesome seeing, you know, again, seeing more customization abilities, things being custom made, and the fact that they're free too, that you're saying that a lot of them most of them are free. It's like, I mean, again, to me, that's more of a conditioning of people of, hey, look at this, you know, you can get it and get it. And all of a sudden, like, I'm going to drop this exclusive one. It's going to cost you a little bit this time, but remember how good we were to you? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and throw down some nuggets. And people are going to do it.
And what's cool at the bottom of the article too, guys, if you are really, because there are a lot of people who are like super big, like Sims into fashion, not just that game, but there are other games as well. At the bottom of the article, it lists in detail every fashion thing that is going on this year, going into next year in each game, who they're affiliating with, whether they're indie brands, with big games, small games, whatever it is. And it's really neat. They also list a lot of really cool Reddit information too. So if you're like, wow, this is something I kind of wanted to get into and now I have the time for, all of that information's there. This was a great article. LA Times did great on it. It is very long, but it is a really good read and it's worth it. I condensed it, you know, for us nerds to what we're really interested in. But there's a lot more to it. And it's a really neat thing to do. Again, like, I do like dressing up, and Smitty and I have gone out and we've, you know, done our downtown runs, and, you know, I do my cute little pinup stuff, which you guys are like, Lex wearing a skirt. Yeah, sometimes I wear a skirt. Shut up. You know, but it's fun to be able to express yourself when you are so limited in what you're able to do on your everyday, you know what I mean? Especially right now. And I think that that's something cool and interesting we can do, because I don't know if you guys know, but in other countries, they do the trash can takeout walk, where people have been getting super dressed up, whether it's funny, like drag, and to take their trash can from their garage to the street, and they have like a set designated time for the whole neighborhood, so that they're all distanced from each other, but they can see their outfits and giggle and laugh and kind of wave at your neighbor. But it's a whole thing, and so you can kind of do that in your game now too, which is neat. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I also thought my god kids would like it. There you go, Miss Jersey. That one's for you.
That's cool.
I think it's dope. Well, I mean, the other thing too is I love the fact that we're starting to see more, you know, news outlets and, well, no, I was going to say actual, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of times, like, especially like for news, like they'll throw like a general reporter on like a video game story, to see people take the time and actually build a legitimate story about something that is going on within the industry, from a journalistic standpoint. You know what I mean? I love seeing that as well, as it is within that business, within that world, becoming more and more of a legitimate topic that they need to push resources towards covering in a way that is going to be authentic to people, and not just some beat writer, you know, or whatever, just doing things.
Very much so. Yeah, I totally agree with it. You know?
No, this LA Times journalist really did their whole, like, bravo to them. Like, it was a great article. I enjoyed it.
We left the Smitty put the link inside the chat, so for anyone who's interested in wanting to check it out, because I think it's a pretty good read. So definitely,
I'll post it on Twitter too for you guys.
Lex,
yes,
what are your plans for the week?
Well, I missed the doctor's yesterday, so I didn't get my back injections. Worried, and they never called me back. I know. I got on the 215. I kid you not. I sat there for 40 minutes. We didn't move. Didn't move. I was like, I thought y'all are supposed to stay home. So I called, and I was on hold for 20 minutes, and she's like, do you mind holding? I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my week really entails. It might get a little mixed up, but I'm hoping to continue doing, like, running through Blast and then playing horror games in the evening with Spoopy Tuesday. And of course, we missed JTZ last week, and I'd missed him the week before. So hopefully I can stick to my schedule this week and I'm not feeling too crappy. But yeah, just playing games, having fun, and maybe decorating the Christmas tree. I do keep running into it, though. I've knocked it down twice.
What
about you guys?
Smitty, what are your plans this week?
That's actually what I'm doing after this. We're going to be going and putting up the Christmas tree, putting up the Christmas decorations, eating dinner and all that good stuff. So we'll hang out, play some zombies a little later here as well. So I'll hit you guys up about that. And then next week, I'm basically going to be working on stream stuff. So I'm excited. I'm not streaming next week, but I'll be back the week after, starting on Tuesday. So stay tuned for some changes. It's going to be exciting and fun. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to enjoy this last week of just chilling out, being relaxed, maxing all cool. What about yourself, my friend?
You're not shooting some b-ball right behind school?
Hey!
With a couple of guys?
They were up to no good.
I know the whole song.
Oh,
the trouble with my neighbor. We're gonna get DMCA'd right now. Stop it. What are you up to, Davis?
Right now I'm you know what, right now I've been chilling. I'm probably gonna be playing a little bit more Dragon Ball, because I'm trying to see my footing of it right now, because I'm not gonna be playing Cyberpunk. I came to the conclusion like I want to enjoy that one myself.
I'm still gonna enjoy it.
That's my own personality towards it, you know, right? So like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that one, and then maybe if I do play another game, if I do a new game plus or a second time, I maybe play it differently. Yeah, then I will. But like, no, I think I'm gonna do some more DBZ and stuff. Then just gonna be making some normal moves like I normally do. So that's my. Oh yeah, then after this, we're going to be going on the CFG Discord. We're going to be we're doing a community movie night of Die Hard. So that's the big one that
the
we're
best
be doing
Christmas
today.
movie besides Home Alone.
It's the other way around, but yeah. Yeah, Home Alone is second, Die Hard is number one.
That's what I mean. Yeah, second.
Home
Alone 1, Home Alone 2 are second, and then Die Hard.
No, it's Home Alone. It's Die Hard, then Home Alone 2, and then Home Alone 1.
What? It's Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer and Claymation one, right?
Those are classics, though. I mean, they're still up there, but they're not number one.
You know what's funny is my eldest goddaughter and the middle. When I showed them that a couple years ago, they were younger. They told me it was creepy and to turn it off. But the youngest one, she loves Cartoon Cat and everything bloody and scary. She spent the night for the first time. She's now just getting old enough, and we played Five Nights at Freddy's together. And she was trying to move the mouse. Her hands are too small, so I was kind of doing it for her. She loved it. I may have created a problem.
You did create a problem, not may have. You definitely did. So we'll definitely. Well, guys, we just want to let you know this is going to be our second to last episode of the CFG GameCast for the year of 2020. Next week is going to be our last podcast before we take a good month break. So definitely, we would appreciate everyone to check us back then. We'll be back again next weekend. But in the meantime, guys, this is episode number 75 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. You can always tune in on any podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, any podcast services. And actually now we got another update. We are now on Pandora. So we just got the official congratulatory thing for Pandora. So now we are on virtually everything now, so you can definitely check us out anytime, anywhere, and we'll be definitely tuning in. It goes a long way to give us a follow, like, a comment on any of them. And you could go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, where we have a huge plethora of different anime reviews, interviews, and more. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all